I'm an adult. What the fuck?
This shit is ghetto.
I didn't sign up for this. I miss college. Why is it so boring?
Welcome to the Almost Adult Podcast. Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the Almost Adult Podcast. This is going to be a different type of episode because it's Sunny's solo episode, but not really solo, but it's just me here with a very special guest, none other than my favorite sister that I have. I ain't want to start off shady. Is that shady? That's not shady because that's real. Like,
Okay.
So this is my sister, my big sissy, Amira. How else should I introduce you? What do you want to go by?
That's fine.
Cool. Okay.
Probably going by my government name.
Cool.
We can't hear you.
Sorry. Hey. So my name is Amira. I also go by the name of Cheech, depending on where you know me or how you know me. As Sunny said, I am the favorite sister. And
Right.
she is also my favorite little sister. I have bigger sisters, but
Right.
she's my favorite little sister.
Shady, but okay. Anyway,
That's
just a
not
disclaimer.
shady. That was a fact.
Disclaimer before, because we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff, a lot of personal stuff, honestly. Because that's a lot of what our honestly everyday conversations are like anyway together.
Mm-hmm.
But just going into a lot of things that we've been through, that we know a lot of people have been through, or are probably newly going through, like in this crazy pandemic time we're in. It's just a lot going on, and I feel like, not to say that like having been through trauma and stuff before, it's kind of just like, all right, brace yourself. Like, it's stuff that we already have been through, like crazy stuff before. So it's like, oh, okay, now what? Like, cool.
Right.
We gotta do this. All right. Like, I don't know. I'm going on a tangent now, but we're gonna play a game before we do any of that.
I feel
serious
like
stuff.
the world is ending soon, so you might as well just get all your shit out and just keep it all the way real, because we never know when this shit is just going to blow. And
You don't. Let's just hope. I'm hopeful that it won't.
I
you
really
know?
see it coming within like the next 20 years, but
If-
that's just me.
I don't care when I'm like 80, but like right now, like I'm hopeful. When the world's not ending, I'm still young. I got stuff to do.
Yeah.
I'm a very much pessimistic optimist. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but like,
It's an oxymoron.
What do you
but
think
I can
you are?
understand it. I am a learner. I
Yeah.
am learning to just grasp this shit. Like,
yeah,
that's it.
yeah. Do you feel like everybody at some point just becomes a learner, or are we all just out here just
No,
learning?
because people make the world go round. And I feel like there are different type of people, and everybody is not meant, at least here. I know I'm about to go way
No,
off.
it's fine.
At least
We're
here,
gonna bring
I
it back
feel
to
like it's not meant for everybody to be everything.
Yeah,
That's why we have people who make fries. That's why we got people who make salads. That's why we
Right.
got people who make, 5-course meals. 5-star meals, not 5-course meals.
Right.
3-course meals. But I just feel
I
like
hear you.
there's a place in space for everyone. And I feel like the learners learn because the ones don't learn, if that makes sense.
Right. There's a space to learn because people aren't coming up on the free game or the knowledge that is
Right.
out there.
Right.
Cool.
If that makes sense.
I got you.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. We're going to play, what is this? Would She Rather? I just
Would she
found it
rather?
on Pinterest. But we're going to play a quick game before we go into our topics for the episode. But okay.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll just go back and forth. It's really like just asking, like, let's just, for example, would you rather get up early or sleep in late? I guess we'll just guess each other's. Like, what do you think?
Okay.
I think you would definitely rather sleep in late. No. Well, you're up. I think you're up early a lot, but like involuntarily. Involuntarily up early.
That's a good one.
It's okay to be in between.
I am in between on that one because I like getting up early, but I do like sleeping in. I like to get up early and then go back to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think I would rather do?
Sleep in.
Yeah. I feel the same way because I do enjoy getting up early. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like I'm very much turning into a morning person. Like, I get more done if I'm up at, like, 6 a.m. and coffee and stuff. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I would much rather, if I didn't have to get up early and be productive, out sleeping late. Anyway, next one. Would you rather stay home or go out? I feel like you'd rather stay home.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd rather stay home.
Yeah.
I want to go out sometimes, but
just sometimes.
Like, literally, like, maybe once a month.
Yeah. It's nothing. It's just, what are we missing?
Nothing.
Anyway, what do you think about me? What would I rather do?
Go out.
Really?
Yeah. No?
If I could have a mansion and just throw shit at home, that's what I would do. I would have a happy medium. Like, going out, I get anxiety sometimes. Like, now, so, like, it's not that bad, but, like, I'm sure there will be times again in the future, not to speak negativity into existence, but I will be anxious in the future about going out because I have been before. But I don't know. I do like to go out, but I would much rather stay home and party. Like, I love Airbnb parties.
Okay.
Like,
no,
it's the feeling about being home and drunk.
You're in the same
being
space.
In different sections of the safe space. Right. Okay. I think we'll do 2 more. Okay. Would you rather have a cat or a dog for a pet? I don't know I don't think you care.
No. I don't care.
Okay.
Because I could do either one. I've had a cat. I love my cat. Mm-hmm. I miss my cat. But I think dogs are cool too. Her name was Mia.
Okay, Mia.
Yeah.
She was cool.
Nobody liked her. That's fine.
Niggas, like, she used to chase people. Like,
she was like my little guard dog.
Like, nobody was doing nothing to her. Anyway, what do you think I would rather have?
A dog.
Yeah. I'm very much a dog person. Mm-hmm. It's crazy because I used to be scared of most common pets. Like, I was scared of big dogs and I was scared of cats. Mm-hmm. But now I've discovered that I like dogs and I just don't like cats. Like, I know they're very spiritual, but it's also something else about them that just, for me, is just like bad vibes, you know?
Let me see if I can pull up some questions while you're doing that really quick.
Okay. And the last one I'm going to do is, would you rather have a glass of wine or a beer? Wine.
Wine? What am I, a plumber?
No, like, really, what am I? Like, Ted? No.
Yeah, like, I'm good.
Anyways. Okay. Ooh, I wish I had, like, marshmallows. This is turning into something that's, like, okay. Anyways. So, how do you feel about going into our topics now?
All right. So, I guess I will ask you this.
Okay.
Where are you at in your life right now, and why? Without going in the dark web.
Okay. Very much a transitional period. I feel like I'm at the either like in between or like almost to the end of a transitional phase. Like, a very much like flipped upside down, like figuring out what I need to do, what I like. Like, I feel like after school happened and then during the pandemic, it just kind of was like a blank slate. Like, I was just like, okay, now what? Like, I don't know what I really like anymore. I don't know what I want to do. Like, I got to really rediscover who I am. But I feel like I'm just starting to piece that together now. Like, figuring out the things I want to do, things I like, things I don't want to be, things I want to do. So, yeah, that's where I am. It's crazy because I was also talking to somebody about, I know we're going to talk about family at some point soon, but I haven't talked to, like, I only talked to you and, like, a couple other people I can count on my hand, and I don't care. Like, it's so freeing. Like, I just really don't need it. Like, it's just a lot, like, to have to deal with as a young person. It's just, like, I have my own, like, I think to sum it up, I was really never worried about myself. Like, I was just moving and doing what I had to do. But I was never, like, caring for myself. I was always looking for somebody to care for me, to fill, obviously, a parental void. But at this point, I'm 24. Like, I'm figuring out that, like, I have to really, like, do this for myself.
Okay, so you're, like, at this stage of like gaining independence.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird because I feel like I've always been independent, but like subconsciously, I just thought wrong, I guess.
I think it's like we feel like, oh, we can do what we want. Can't nobody tell us what to do, independence. But like responsibility and being an adult, that's totally different. Like I think it's like for me at least, it's like like it branches off. Mm-hmm. For me, yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Every time I think I got it.
That's life. Like,
yeah.
You got a groove for 2 months and then boom, something.
Yeah, like a good groove for like 2-3 months, and then you know, this chapter of my life is called One Ghetto Day at a Time.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, one ghetto ass day at a time.
Feel it.
Yep. Shout out to my OG for that. But no, really, it's like this life shit is ghetto as fuck.
Right.
And
life in general,
like life, like
even though childhood had its ups and downs, like it was like, yeah, well.
But even as an adult now, and going through like all that shadow work stuff, which is also a part of my right now.
Right.
That held like weight. At least, I feel like we say like, oh my goodness, the stuff you look at in your past, you can be like, what the hell was that? That wasn't anything. And some stuff, yeah, and some stuff, no. But a lot of like shit that we learned as a kid, like in socializing with other kids, and like the things that we saw and things that we weren't told, that we had to find out on our own, that shit shaped us.
Yeah. Yeah. All of it.
Like your first friendship when you were younger that went left, or like the first time you found out that like these fucking bitches ain't shit in a friend way, like that shit hurt your feelings. Like you was crying when you was little, so
crying in your room or crying in the bathroom.
Exactly.
Somebody got smart or something.
And like, then they made you start feeling a certain way and moving certain ways. Or the first time like you thought a boy liked you, and then 2 days later he liked the other girl. Like that stuff really does shape you. People don't think that way, but it does.
It's really weird, and I don't want to really like be personal about that part, but I was with a male last night, and I was like, I don't really take rejection that well. And then I started thinking about like all the reasons why, and I was like, wow, like from back in school getting like I guess bullied, pseudo bullied, or like talked about, to like I don't know, like I always talk about like how I didn't get into Kappa when I was in 8th grade. I wanted to go to Kappa.
I used to want to go there so bad for dance.
I didn't get an audition, and I cried in ShopRite. And then I didn't get into Temple, and I sat in my room and cried. Like, just stuff like that. And then, oh my God, boys. Male rejection for me is just wow. Like, please don't reject. Like, why? But like, those are things that you learned. Those are things that you brought with you into adulthood from childhood wounds. And it's crazy that you gotta like not unlearn it, but just like rework it, I guess, sometimes. Like, or just like,
I agree.
Sorry, you're fine. Was that lip scrub?
No,
I've
been doing it forever.
What's going on?
No, that was Bliss Sex. My lips just felt really dry. The weather is changing, as an adult, everything changes.
Yeah.
You could wear lip gloss all day as a kid, and now I can't because lip gloss ain't shit.
Right. Yeah. And then we have masks now. So I don't want to wear anything anymore. I barely want to do makeup. Yeah. Then I got on, off.
I just figured
now it's all
I'm just going to do concealer. Like anything here up.
Yeah. Yeah. But I love a beat face. Like, I know you do too, Becky. I'm sorry, she's in the background. Being our producer, our star producer, stunning editor, stunning production. But anyways, yeah. People like beat faces, so I don't know. How do you deal with it, Becky? I'm sorry.
I like setting spray on the face mask.
Oh. I also heard a hack. She said setting spray on the face mask, if you didn't ask her, if you didn't hear her. But I heard that like a bunch of like powder, like translucent powder or stuff like that, in the area where the mask is going to be will help it stay. It's a lot, but even all of it, it's just like a lot. Like, anyway.
Yeah. For like glasses, because I wear glasses as well. I was told if you like put the powder on the nose part or whatever, that helps too.
But I'm more concerned when people have glasses and masks and the breath get up there and it fogs the glasses. How do we deal with that? How do you do that?
So you put the mask on first, and then you cover the glasses. Cover the mask with the glasses.
Yeah. Okay. I've only experienced this about 5 times, like with sunglasses, and I would just take them off because I would just be mad. Never knew how to fix that. But anyway, back to the tasks and topics at hand.
Yeah. So let me see. Do you want to get into some juicy? Do we need to make any disclaimers? No. Fuck a
well,
disclaimer.
How? What you want to get into before we talk about disclaimer?
I just feel like so that we're just, I'm not here to offend nobody, but I'm not here to save nobody's feelings.
Right.
It's my story, my truth, our
exactly.
truth.
Literally, all I want to do is tell my story the way I experienced it. Right. So if anybody has a problem with that, sorry.
You can go to hell.
Yeah. Not even sorry.
My pod came out.
Tough.
You can just really eat a dick.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. That's really just what that's going to be.
What we're all trying to say,
yeah. So, yeah, some points that I figured that we could possibly talk about would be our parents, of course, because that's how we are sisters.
Yeah.
That's why we're sitting on this couch today.
Yeah.
Siblings. We all have them.
Some of us are fortunate or unfortunate, however you look at it, to have them, not have them. Only child. Just shout out to the only kids out there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
parents.
Yeah, let's start there.
Right.
How
so basically, right. So Amira is my mom's second daughter. Mm-hmm. I am the last of 5.
Yes.
Right. Huh? Becky's the last of 5 too. But anyways,
nice.
So she's the second. So she's my mom's daughter, but we don't share the same father.
That is correct.
She is a Stevens. I am a Morgan.
However, our dads have the same nickname.
Ain't that some weird shit?
Yeah.
2 Sunnies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Weird. Anyway, yeah. So that's how we're related.
Yeah.
And our journey, honestly, it's just no way to be but blunt. Like, our journey was it was obviously a lot going on. It was rough. Our parents were on drugs, to be totally blunt. And
yeah, both of our parents were on drugs.
Yeah. And that's just how it played out in the 90s, I guess. But
yeah.
Yeah. So because of that, as a result of that being, a lot transpired.
Yeah. We didn't grow up together due to that.
Yeah, no. Like, I can count, or you could probably, I don't remember that much, really. Like, it's a lot of memories, probably because of my trauma that I
honestly remember seeing you guys
like 5 times max in my childhood.
Once.
Wow.
And then I remember seeing mommy once without you guys. That was before you guys were born.
Oh, wow.
Then once again. So that was twice. And then after that, when I turned 16.
Right.
That was it.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. And we lived in the same city, the same area.
Damn near same area for most of it.
For the whole, yeah.
Because you were out in like suburbs for a couple years, but it wasn't that long, really.
Yeah. And
you were still right there. It wasn't like you went to California.
You know, I've literally been right here.
So it's just crazy. Like, I only have like 2 to 3 memories of Amira from my childhood. Like, I only grew up with my one sister. And, but yeah. Yeah. Well, who did you grow up with? You grew up with Aisha.
Yeah, I grew up with my older sister, Aisha. She was 6 years older than me. So out of all of my sisters on my dad's side, she's the only one that I grew up with. And all the other ones were older, and you guys were younger.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, basically we really started.
Well, let's be clear. What was I no, that's not an actual factual.
What?
I was going to say, none of us really grew up with our mom, but that's not a fact.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not. Like, it is, because you guys did.
Yeah, I would say out of all of our siblings, me and Ian had probably the most time with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was, like, visiting.
Yeah.
And, like, doing summers and stuff prior, I think, to you guys, like, coming around or being born, should I say.
Probably, yeah, being born.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that stopped, too. So.
Like, have you ever been to the beach house in Maryland?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you were there. Like, you was there in that moment before we were born, right?
Mm-hmm. Maybe up until you guys were two. I think maybe the last time I went, I was like 7 or 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were sleeping in the room with Nana?
I don't remember where we were sleeping at, honestly, but I do remember being there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm sure it's kind of hazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where were we at?
Yeah, we didn't grow up together.
Right. And like she said, she grew up with her sister Aisha. I grew up with my older sister, and we're only 2 years apart. So she was only 2 years older. We were in grade school together.
Yeah. I grew up with my paternal side of my family, just to be more specific. So I grew up with my dad when he was around, and my grandmother and my sister and that side of the family. And Sunny grew up with.
It's weird.
Some of our mom's side of the family.
Right, it's weird.
She was
more. It was a kind of mix. Like my dad's. It was kind of just me and my dad and my mom. Like that's kind of what it really was. Like it wasn't like I had a whole like network. Like obviously. Probably our mother's side more so. Mm-hmm. Like I was definitely more present at like our grandparents' house and like just doing a lot of shit with them. I mean, you did when you were younger too, but yeah.
So yeah,
but we didn't grow up together.
No,
and then we really ended up like actually bonding and actually hanging out and being together when I was like 14, 13.
Yeah, I want to say after our mom died, that's when we began to build a real relationship. Yeah, you guys used to come over,
right,
and hang out, and yeah, and that's how we all became close.
Right.
Well, we built a relationship.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna lie, before I was like, I don't know.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's valid.
It had nothing to do with you guys.
Right. It's valid though. It's just like your own like. The shit you went through.
Right. It had nothing to do with you guys. It had everything to do with that lady.
Yeah.
I really wish I could talk with her.
What would you say? Because not to get spiritual, but I feel like.
I just would like to know her story.
Yeah.
And I guess where it started to get hard at, so where shit, like, when did shit, like, when was her happy times, and when did that shit start to go away to where you couldn't keep it together? And I don't know if I'm, like, still mad at her or whatever, but I don't really hold it against her because, like, as being a parent, I know that shit is hard, so.
You can, imagine.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so much easier, probably, to do that than
to divulge in your vices and just.
Right. Life is hard.
Yeah.
Like I said, everybody has to play a part.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
As a new parent, do you feel yourself relearning and reparenting yourself?
Yeah. So, I actually have 2 kids. Yeah. So my oldest is a teenager, and my youngest is, a baby. So it was, as I always say, like, this time is totally different. And I don't know if it's because I'm older and it's, like, such an age gap. But this time around, I feel like a parent. Before, I didn't feel like a parent. So now I feel like I'm doing all the unlearning, relearning. And before, it was like, okay, I'm just growing up, I guess, kind of. So it's hard because I'm way more conscious of everything that I do, and I think that I'm doing every single thing wrong. So, yeah.
Well, you're not. I know You know that. But
yeah, but I'd be like, I could do better. I could do better.
Everybody could.
It's like, it's my best, and then it's like, if I'm doing my absolute best, am I doing my best for myself?
Right.
So it kind of got to be like, fuck them kids sometimes. I mean,
and it's weird because like this is like the phrase didn't originate here. Like many parents feel that way, you know.
Yeah, like
because it's not healthy to not have like time for yourself, you know.
Right.
So I hear you. I don't know what it feels like at all, and I don't really want to for another couple years. Woo, I can't even think about being a mom, but anyway. Yeah. Basically, our parents passed away. In my case, my parents passed away in 2009. My dad passed away first. It was kind of sudden, but like they were on drugs continually for like most of my life. So it was kind of just like a up and down thing, like until it happened, really. But yeah, I feel like that experience was very spiritual because in the weeks leading up to my dad's death, we were like actively speaking about it. Like, oh, like if you die, like, do you want to go into a mausoleum? Why did I know what a mausoleum was at 11? I don't know, but just like, oh, and he was like, no, like I would want to be like maybe in a mausoleum, like yeah, like or like I don't think I want to be buried. And he's buried, but it's not here nor there. And he had a dream, maybe like 2 weeks before that, like he said he was in his casket and like he was hearing the conversations and like the music and the crying and all that shit, but he couldn't speak. Like he was trying to like say shit. Like it was wild. Wow. He said that to us like 2 weeks before it all happened, which is kind of like I was never prepared, but it was kind of just like a seed that was always like planted. It was like, well, when something happens to me, you're gonna go to stepmom, you're gonna do that, and this is what's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So it was like something that he was probably preparing for behind the scenes, internally, and kind of started feeling that shit happening. So when it happened, I was just like, and I've always been a very wise and smart kid, so when the cops came, I was like giving information his birthday, and they were like, wow, like how old are you again? I'm like 11. They were like, you should. I was like, I don't remember what they said, but it was kind of just like one of those things, like you're very like you knew this was about, like, huh? And like I just remember, and I remember when they wheeled him out, something in my head was like, say I love you. And I was like, I love you, Dad. And he said, I love you too. And then Ian popped out, love you, Dad. Oh, hype, because I said it. But anyway.
Wait. Okay.
I know. That was so petty. That was terrible. She could say I love you to our father. That's not nice. But y'all know what I meant. You
sound like me when my grandma died.
You know what I meant.
And she was like, you okay? And I was about to like jump over this fucking dead body. Like, you fucking raggedy. All right, whatever. Anyhow.
Okay, you know what I mean? Anyway, yeah, that's what and then a couple months later, our mom passed on New Year's Eve. And
okay, so wait, so where was mommy when your dad died? Was she already in
the rehab? In there.
Okay.
She was freaking out. They didn't allow her to come to the funeral. It was a whole thing.
Was it a specific? Was it because like they just felt like her health wasn't there, or what she was mentally?
It was the family thing, like the whole
I understand.
That's my husband.
Yeah.
So my dad was married before he met our mother. It's a whole thing. He had a whole family. They were already like broken up though, I think. Anyway, not my place, but
yeah. I truly now can understand why my relationships have sucked. You know, like it's just a lot.
It's crazy as shit. But anyway,
it's a lot of shit.
That's a lot. But yeah, that's where mommy was. She was. Like, it was crazy. It was just crazy. Like, just thinking back, it's just crazy.
At the funeral, like, right?
At mommy's funeral?
My dad was like, yo, my dad.
At mommy's funeral.
Yeah, at mommy's funeral. My dad gonna go there to talk. Like, nigga, why? Like, when the last time anybody seen your ass? Ain't nobody seen me, so we know they ain't seen your ass. Like, what the fuck?
They popped out like, hey.
He would say,
I'm the other Sunny or something.
No, he was like, I'm Sunny. I'm her baby's father.
Oh,
he
my
would say,
gosh.
Yeah, Angie was a busy bee.
Oh, yeah, he did
like,
say
what
that.
What the fuck is a busy bee?
Like, that's wild. I forgot about that. He definitely said that, though.
I blame him for me speaking at funerals. Like, I just really blame my parents for shit that, like, I really just see who the fuck I am, and I'm just.
When you grow up, you definitely do.
Facts,
you definitely do. It really blew my mind that mommy was an Aquarius and I'm an Aquarius moon. It just blows my mind all the time. Because I see it in me, like, it just, but like.
Wait, let's pull our charts up real quick while we're talking.
Okay, I know mine. Look, you want the whole joint or just the top 3?
I want to see where, I know my 3. I just want to see.
You want to see the rest of it?
Is in my chart. I know I got some Capricorn in there real quick because that might play a part.
What sign was your dad again?
Everybody said, or his birthday is March 21st. Everybody said that he was an Aries, but I think he's.
That's my same as my mom.
Okay.
So
really?
Yeah, he was a fire sign.
That's your mom's birthday?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting. I
always
thought he was
just
I always thought he was
weird. But
what is a Pisces? I have an Aquarius in my Saturn. I don't know what that means. Let's ask Google.
Do you know? Becky's here. She knows.
Subconscious, I believe. No, that's your 12th house. Your Saturn's more like I think your communication or something. Like
Wow.
That. Or your feelings.
What's your Saturn in 12th house mean? No, I'm sorry. Let me cancel that.
Oh, you have your 12th house. That your 12th house is like your unsubconscious.
Oh no, not that one. It's my Saturn is in Aquarius, right? Is that what I said?
You just said that, yeah.
Saturn in Aquarius.
Your structure.
Okay.
Wow.
Your dedication, your ambition, and your discipline.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it says, I pride myself on being a free thinker, yet you bring a seriousness to thinking that can lead a hard, heavy attitude.
Don't these charts be dragging everybody
like dragging the
like,
fuck out of you?
Damn, like okay.
Because I play all the time, but I be dead ass serious, like.
Right.
I'm gonna read this later. All right, so.
Right.
Yeah. So when mommy died, I was 19 and I was living in a group home.
Okay.
Right. When my dad died, I was 22. I was 22.
Okay.
I had just moved into my own apartment again. It wasn't my first one. So that was kind of like weird because I had moved out 2 weeks before he passed away. 2 weeks before he passed away. And the last thing I did say to him in person was I loved you. So I do have some peace with that.
Okay.
I just feel bad that I moved before that.
Wow.
But everything happens for a reason. What else?
I mean, he knew you, like, you grown.
Yeah. So I mean, I know he was happy.
Right. Because I'm sure if you were happy, he was probably happy.
Yeah.
He seemed like that type of guy. Like, just, you know.
Yeah. He
You
was
had a good
definitely proud of
vibe
me.
then.
Yeah, he
Right.
definitely was proud of me.
I'm happy for you, right.
We definitely had our shit with us though.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a hothead. Both of our parents are hotheads. So yeah.
And then when my hotheadness comes out, I'm like, well, where'd that come from? And then I'll be questioning, and I can't question.
Right. I always, it's crazy looking back now. I would feel like I was the nerd that was quiet as shit, but fuck something up. Like I stabbed this shit out of somebody with a pencil.
Mm-hmm.
Like I probably was one of them fucking kids in like elementary school.
Yeah.
Because like I never let nobody touch me, and I never let nobody like do nothing right in my face.
Mm-hmm.
But people would talk like, the mean
I
girls and do
like
their little dumb shit, and I would like not pay no mind or like let it slide, or because I guess my friends felt like they wanted to not be picked on. They would kind of like want to be your friend too, or maybe they felt like, oh, let's go be friends with the cool kids, whatever. Right. But
you was never that bull. Like I'm not.
Was that bull.
I'm not about to just jump into something just because.
I'd rather be by myself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like.
Wow.
Real shit.
That's how I
I'd rather be by myself at the lunch table playing with my gigapet than like worrying about y'all niggas. Real shit. Like I always was like that.
But actually, I was like that, but then I wasn't, because there was a lot of moments where like I think a lot of the reasons why I was involved was for people to like me. Like I was so unliked, or I don't know if I was unlikable or just like I just wasn't like everybody else. Like I wasn't about to just be that way, but like. I had to find some kind of way to be like likable because I wanted it so bad. It's weird.
You wanted to be a pleaser. You're a pleaser.
Yeah, people pleaser, very much so. I'm trying to end it. I'm trying to stop it. This cycle.
So what was I watching? Okay, that's funny because I was just watching Will Smith thing with like his kids, and he was like, you got the pleaser, the person who fights back, and then the person who runs. So out of all of us, I'm not gonna lie, I would say you the runner.
Yeah.
I don't know who the pleaser
I
is.
Run away from, not even just like conflict.
I would say maybe I'm a pleaser.
Everything.
I would say that out of all of us, I probably would be the pleaser.
Yeah.
And I could see Waffle being the runner. And I can see the other two being the fighters.
Oh, I got it, Waffle. Yeah, she's like, me and her are a lot of like,
yeah.
We like will just go. Like, just like duck off from the world.
Ghost. Like.
Because I'm something going on with me and I don't want to, like, just suffer. Self-suffrage.
I don't know. Yeah, you got to work on that shit. Because I said like, fucking burn out.
I'd
be like, yo.
Look at her. She agrees. I just be ghosting them. Like,
it's like, I'm right here. Why would you let go of my hand? Like, we're in the one house together and you let go of me. And now I got to fucking look for your ass while I'm all getting.
Like, I'm that person. Like, I used to really, like, in college, like, so embarrassing to say, but, like, if my friends were getting attention, like, from guys and stuff and nobody was at me, I was like, all right. And just walk away, like, just disappear. Why? Like, and that's just, like, that explains a lot, right?
Yeah, but sometimes that's better than, and as you can see that you can see clearly about that. But before, maybe that was better.
Right, that was my coping. Like,
then being like, what the fuck, y'all always got some like right. I want to like, you know, whatever. Like, sometimes the coping mechanism isn't always the best for the overall turnout of yourself, but in the moment, that's what the fuck you had to do, and it's cool. Like, you ain't hurt nobody doing that shit.
Yeah.
They ain't stop talking to them niggas. They ain't say, oh shit, where's Sunny go? So, what the fuck? Like.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I would say the other two are, what'd you say the other two were?
The fighters. And not the fighters, like, physically.
How did Will Smith define, right, how did he say
like,
what the fighters were?
Defiant.
Like, just
kinda.
fighting the healing, fighting the...
Not necessarily even the healing, but just, like, what... That. But, like, just, like... The ones that get in trouble, the loud, it's just always like the attitude, the defense, the snippy, the always getting their ass beat. Like, if we all grew up together, they would have been the ones getting their ass beat the most.
Right. Just doing.
If we was all in one house, yeah.
In trouble all the time, suspended.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
Starting shit.
Yeah. Yeah. What else is on our list? I feel like since we're talking about that,
we kind of like skating through it because we ain't going as deep as we could.
Yeah. But like, since we're on the topic of the siblings, I feel like.
So we don't have a good relationship with our siblings. It is 5 of us. As a collective, we did not all grow up together, minus 2 of us. But even that can cause issues, you know. If you have siblings living in the same house, you already know how that goes.
Right. And we was like sleeping in the same beds, like just
under
always,
living conditions.
Like,
so it was weird because in my eyes, you guys always will have this bond where it's just y'all two, but you guys are also 2 totally different people. So
like total opposite people.
Yeah.
But that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, so I don't really care that much. But I mean, I care, but like it's just like at this point, like what am I gonna do? Like I
feel like I'm the black sheep of the group. Some people might say that I brought that on myself.
But no. Even from the moment like you stopped going to be around Nana and Pop-Up, that was out of your control. You didn't make that happen. Like that was probably an automatic start to the black sheepness.
Yeah, I was never. Like, so while we all grew up separately, majority of us grew up on our mom's side of the family. I was the only one who did not have a connection with our mom's
barely knew people.
I only knew our grandparents and y'all. That was it. I only knew our grandparents and my sisters. I didn't even know my mom like that. So, our mom, sorry.
Right.
That's really all I knew. And then I didn't start meeting people until after I had Anaya.
After our mom is gone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So, and they was like, oh.
Grandparents on the
you
way
and
out.
your daughter, oh, we heard about you.
Like, they just knew it was one after
it was
Amira.
somebody there. Yeah.
Right.
Like.
Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, we don't have a good relationship.
And it's mostly because they're the fighters.
Yeah, and it's really it's a toxic relationship. It's not even like it's a bad relationship. It's a toxic relationship, and I'm gonna be honest. I really don't know why they don't fuck with me. I don't really know what the issue is, where it really stems from. I've tried, or I guess to give them some credit, we've tried to have several talks to try to come to that conclusion, but unfortunately we have not found a foundation for that. So it's just going really, really left and really unhealthy for it to be siblings, and it's not something that I'm proud of. It's not something that I talk about a lot on a social platform.
Right.
Just because I do share a lot, but there are things that I don't share. Like if it's something that's like currently going on, where other people are involved, just because I don't like to tell other people's story.
Right.
That's not my place. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm trying to sound nice, but don't get it fucked up. Like it really be like fuck them bitches, and that's really how I carry it majority of the time. But I do it in like a loving way because I've came to the conclusion that it's nothing that I can do about it.
Yeah.
We've been in fist fights. We've had like it's been bad. Like you know, there's other entities that play a part in the situation as well that makes it worse. So I've left it up to the universe.
Yeah,
like it is what it is, and if we're going to find a way to have a genuine relationship, then that will come with time. But until then, I've always been a, you know, less is more. It's plenty. It's enough. I don't really have an attention span to pay attention to a bunch of people anyway. So, you know, you guys can keep eliminating yourself off.
Off your island.
Yeah. I'm cool with my, you know, my guy. What's the guy? Who was the guy from Castaway? The soccer ball. What was his name?
No.
No, what was the soccer ball's name?
Wilson.
Yeah, I was fine with Wilson. Like, that's all I need is my kids.
Isn't
and
that
Wilson.
ironic?
Yeah. Right. So yeah.
Cool. How do you? Because we're nearing the tail end. We're at 40. We passed 40. Okay. We could touch on like one or two more things.
Okay.
I know here it's relationship with guardians, other family members.
Do you feel like I guess that could fall under relationships with family members and guardians. Do you feel like you suffer from third party syndrome, third wheel syndrome?
Yes. Yeah. Like I didn't have to question it. Yeah.
Okay.
Like so I was really young when our parents died, so it was just like a lot of like I didn't even really experience adolescence. Like I was just turning the curve when mommy died, which was like right after my dad died. So it was just like I just like noticed a lot. I was very aware. So the fact that I was starting to be hyper aware, like kind of probably fucked me up. Like I don't know, like, even people who had, like, older sisters who were, like, really close-knit. Like, college was really bad. Like, it was a real bad, like, third party in college. Because, like, my friends would have their family come up for, like, family day. Or, like, would have people just come bring their groceries. Or, like, shit like that. And I would just be like, cool. Catching the fucking bus to Giant up the fucking street. Like, and then I accepted it, obviously. But it was still something inside that would be like, damn, like, look at her mom coming up here bringing her fucking Keurigs and shit, like
right, bitch, you got a Keurig, like
I just bought this shit off Facebook Marketplace.
Meanwhile, I'm fucking scooping my Folgers with fucking hot water, like bitch.
I'm using your waffle maker that
fuck
your
you
mother brought from home.
Like,
I'm upset, but yeah, that's in everything, and it's just like it still happens, which is like I don't know if it's ever gonna go away. Just like managing it better, like.
No, it's never gonna go away.
Yeah. Do you experience that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that is for me is because even though I had my dad, he still wasn't there.
Right.
So my guardian was my grandmother. My grandmother raised me. So I felt like I didn't have either parent. I didn't have a mom or a dad. And I always felt like my grandma was already old as shit raising me. So it's like she's doing me a favor. And then all my friends, like my best friend, she grew up with both her parents. And she's the only child. And I always saw people with their parents, or at least a mom. And then dad came around. Like some people had like other figures in the picture, but mostly everybody had their parents. It was solid. They had like groups of siblings that were solid. Like, oh, you're not gonna mess with me because I'm gonna get all my sisters. Like, I can never call all y'all to fuck up at once and expect y'all bitches to come. Like, it's just, this is why everything I do by myself, and I never call nobody because
and I'm just like hyper like
I could
independent
just
to the
never
point where it damages you.
Yeah, I can never expect nobody to like run up and be like, oh yeah, don't play with her because
like
you know
even
her
when my
sisters.
siblings on my dad's side, like my older siblings, be like, oh, like, well, you know, like if you need, like I had a, like last time I talked to my brother, which is like, do you remember ever I was talking to my brother too? Do you forget that I even have a brother? But anyway,
No, I do not. I remember.
You know I have a brother.
Yeah, because when I cursed your sisters out, I remember the oldest called my phone, not your oldest, our oldest, called my phone and was like, oh, don't do that because I'm cool with the brother. And then I was like, no, fuck you and the brother because, like, I'm,
girl,
you know, I'm getting fucked by none of that PR shit.
I'm cool
like,
with the brother.
Like, whose side is you on? Like,
PR, no, really, because what does that have to do with anything? I'm cool with the brother. Are you really?
You more cool with their living situation than I am.
Girl.
But anywho, that's one thing about me.
Anyway,
I am the shaker. I am the salt and pepper shaker. I will shake some shit up.
It's crazy,
okay? But yeah, I do suffer from third party. Even with growing up with my sister, like when she started having kids and she had a boyfriend, and I'm just like, you're still doing stuff for me, and it's like, even now, my friends like are in serious relationships, and I'm just like the single parent, and just seeing, you know, I just feel like. Even, like, looking at you with your friends, like, you have a group of friends for the most part.
Yeah.
And
but
I'm
even
like,
though everybody's
and I'm
situation
like,
is
y'all
flawed,
bitches is cute, and y'all going, and I'm like,
yeah,
well, I don't got no group of bitches. Like, you know, I always feel like I'm a third wheel in somebody else's shit, and I think that's because from the rip, somebody else had to take care of me being a responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have third party syndrome too? Third person?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Even like with Thanksgiving, I was like, what you doing for Thanksgiving? And I was hoping you was going to be like, yeah, I'm coming over. Because I'm like,
yeah, I got nothing to do.
Yeah, like, this just sucks.
And then, like, we both be experiencing, like, I mean, obviously in different ways, but the common experience is the common experience. Like, we both, like, I really wanted to be in my apartment on Christmas. Like, I'm going to be in my apartment by Christmas, like, bake cookies or some shit and just chill by myself. Like,
I know.
I don't care to do anything. You're excited for me? I know.
I can't wait to get you your first gift. You know what we should do? We should just, like, make it a tradition to, like, get each other, like, really good candles.
Yeah.
That can be our luxury.
Our holiday. Luxury candles.
Adulting.
Ooh, I want to get Jackie Ina candles. Anyways. Yeah. I don't know. I think since we're talking about this, like, to wrap it up, I think to just, like, even though we've been through all these things and we, you know, had a rough, better part of our life, I think for the rest of it, we can just, it's just the freedom of creating what we want to create for ourselves, and that's fun, you know. You gotta take it's weird because I see other people with their family and they'll do all these traditions and all these things they've done for years, and they'd be like,
onesies for Christmas,
and I'd be like, sometimes I'd be cringing, like, I just have the freedom to do what I fucking want and not forced to go back to Hartford, Connecticut, and
no real shit, like,
you know, like. But anyways, yeah. I think that's the beautiful part of it. It's just like, now I just have like not a clean slate, but you know what I'm trying to say, just like a
blank canvas.
Yeah, a blank canvas to just paint what I want.
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. One ghetto ass day at a time.
Literally.
Do you have any questions for me that you that you would never ask, or anything you want to clarify or anything?
saying grow up together. Is
Yeah.
that, like, you want to, like, do you feel like you know, like...
I don't know. It's weird because, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, not that I feel like I know everything, because I don't, but I feel like majority.
I mean,
there's always things
I feel like
don't
you know enough to write my obituary at this point.
Yeah. I know. She's so, like...
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know. I think...
What's one advice you can give to somebody who is dealing with this scenario similar to you?
No, I liked the part where we give each other advice. Never mind.
All right, so I have a question for you about me.
What's up? Maybe this will help me come up with one. So go ahead.
Has there ever been a time where you didn't approve or were disappointed in me? Whether it was related to you or just myself.
I do have one, but I do feel like it's kind of deep, so I will answer it off camera.
Who does it have to do with? Does it have to do with, like, a relationship or just me?
Something you said as a response to something. But it's not like I'm, like, mad about it or anything. It just was like, 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 I don't see that the way you see that. Like, I see that the way you see it, but I still see my side. It'd be like, no.
No, of course. But and I really appreciate you for being yourself and learning to stand in your own. And maybe,
'cause it wasn't like that.
And maybe
before.
having to use me as that example where not like you're, like, hurting the people you love, per se, but, like,
being able to have differences.
being
with
able
people.
to have a difference in opinion and stand up for yourself and say, no, I don't like that, or no, I don't agree with you, or no, that's not that, and that's not necessarily my narrative, and then maybe that's how you just, Yeah. I like the relationship that we have created.
It definitely, obviously, has nowhere to go but, like, growing and, like, just getting better. But
it's up.
Right. But, yeah, me too. I'm glad that I have at least
the
one
that was dead.
sibling.
Picked
I'm
out
close
the
with.
little stale tomatoes and the bad little lemons and the compost and made into whatever, and the nice little pretty flowers.
Right.
It's harvest season.
I think it's just so funny that we're both Leos. Like, it's just, like, crazy.
Yeah, but we're two different kind of Leos too, though. At the same
we are.
time,
It's weird.
we're the same but different.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I don't have advice per se for you. I just think that I feel like I would say, like, I feel like I really want, like, my biggest want for you is to just, like, see the world more, like, on a, I guess, rosy colored glass lens. Like, I just want you to be able to, like, because sometimes, obviously, my life is shitty and I feel like, I don't want to do shit, but, like, I have such a, like, thirst for, like, just wanting to go and, like, get shit and, like, travel. Like, I just, like, not that I don't think you have that, 'cause I know you do.
Fuck up and do shit.
But, like, I want you to, like, like, I just want so much for you that I know you can do. But, like, I don't know. People tell me to believe in myself more. So, I guess believe in yourself.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's
all right.
Fair. Do I have any advice for you?
There's always something we could share.
What do I tell you the most? I mean,
I don't know.
All right. My favorite. Remember to be the same person on your down days and your up days.
Yeah.
Like, remember who
That's
you
hard,
are.
though.
And don't let nothing, don't let nothing, like, tell you who you are or what you are. Like, always stay solid. Like, even on the days where you don't got no money or you're broke or you feel like your bills is piling up or whatever, or shit with your friends, whatever the case may be, like, do that, bitch. Like, always remember that. Like, even on your down days, you can recognize that. And on your up days, recognize that shit too. Like,
yeah. I like that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
Well, this was fun.
It was fun.
It was very cathartic, but it was fun.
I appreciate this. This was like a push that I needed.
Yeah, right. To just nail out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you do something, like, it's like going to the gym. Like, you never regret going to the gym. Like, after you leave, like, wow, I just worked out. Like, I feel good. Like, yeah, I've ever left the gym feeling like, Right.
I have. And then the next day I'm like, fuck. Like, I actually fell down the steps one time the next day because my legs were so weak. They gave out going down, and I was going down the steps.
I do. I've had those moments.
I've thrown
before.
up in the gym.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I worked
hate
out.
throwing up. That's beautiful.
No, I do too. I really do too.
I hate throwing
because
up.
it never happens when you want it to happen. Like when I'm drunk, I don't know if I'd rather just poop or like throw up.
I'm surprised I didn't throw up this weekend. And I was ready, really ready yesterday, and I was like, it didn't happen. Cool. Anyway.
Yeah, I drank a lot of water. Like that's another thing. Like you learn that shit as you get older. Like as I said before we even started.
I had a water bottle. I was moderating, so that's probably why I didn't throw up. But I did feel like I was at one point, but I was drunk, so.
And then you need like a good soda that lets you burp.
Coke.
Girl.
When you're drunk and you have soda, I'm sorry. We're like really going. But anyways, okay. I think we'll end it here. That was really nice, the advice. But anyways, do you have anything else you want to say before we close? Any advice to the listeners maybe, or anything you want to say?
No, I don't. Because I'm still learning this shit as I go. So please don't take anything.
That's literally what the podcast is about.
Yeah, because I tell you to do shit and then I'll be like, bitch, don't listen to me because. But no, really, like you have to really listen to your intuition.
Yeah.
Like, grow the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being on some bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that's really holding you back is yourself.
Ooh.
And that's really about it. You are the source.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Well, thanks guys for listening and watching if you're watching. And this was great. And we'll see you guys next time on the Almost Adult Podcast. Bye.
Who answered my question the other day?
What did you put?
Was that?
It's always her, actually. Honestly.
Oh, no, it's me.
Always.
I'm always the one who's
like, who got any? What's good about adults? And I was like, no.